Welcome to the Personal Perseverance Project. My name is David Atkins, retired New York State Trooper, $1 Million Direct Sales International Business Earner, author, and keynote motivational speaker, where each week I come here to help you break through your excuses so you can live a life up to your fullest potential. Let the project begin.
That is my mindset. I operate on a level of excellence, and you guys need to wake up every single day, and you need to operate on a level of excellence and create your masterpiece.
Hello to my podcast family, and welcome to another episode on the Personal Perseverance Project. And this week, I really want to talk to you guys about the power of having a routine and how your daily habits foster resilience for you in tough times. And it's not only the habits that you have every single day, it also is the lack thereof, maybe the habits that you don't have that are not helping you move your life forward. Because I'm a big believer in the power of routine. I'm a big believer of, especially for me, having a very structured, important morning routine. And why do I feel it's important to have a routine and to have positive daily habits that are going to add value to your life, that are going to move your life forward, that are going to help you with your goals? Why do I think they're important? Because I've said before, I feel that not only your kids, not only your spouse, not only maybe the people in your immediate circle when it comes to your family, but even everybody you interact with every single day. I always like to say they deserve the best of you, not what's left of you. And, you know, John Maxwell, my favorite author, he says, success is hidden in your daily agenda. And I love that, because I think if somebody is not doing well in their business, if somebody's not doing well maybe in their health and wellness, if somebody's not doing well in their career, I could say, show me your calendar. Tell me what you did the last week, or what did you do yesterday from the time you woke up? What time did you wake up? What time did you go to bed? What did you do the first thing you woke up in the morning? What didn't you do the first thing you went in the morning? What are you doing at work? What are you consuming? What foods are you eating throughout the day? What are you doing when you get home? What are you watching on television? What are you doing on social media? What are you doing on your phone? How many hours on your phone are you on? Like, there's so many things that are in your daily agenda so often that are mindless, that you don't even think about throughout the day, but they're either hurting you or helping you, because we never stay still. As human beings, we're always evolving. We're heading one way or the other. You know, everything is never just going to stay great, or everything is temporary. You're never going to be in a horrible place forever. Everything is temporary in our life, and it really comes down to your routine. It really comes down to your habits. So I want to talk to you about some habits that have helped me, that I implement in my life. I'm going to give you a handful of them, and also some that I limit, some that I really try not to do so often, because I know that they'll be counterintuitive with my goals, with my dreams, with the level of success that I want in my life. So the first thing, and guys, some of these, let me say this. I've said this before, but common sense isn't always common practice. When I heard Brendan Burchard talk about that, when he said that, I was like, psh. Because I'm going to tell you a lot of things here, you're going to go, oh yeah, that's common sense. But I can guarantee the vast majority of people that are listening to this, or the vast majority of people, are not doing all of these things to the best of their ability every single day. Because if they were, we as a society would be in a much better place. We'd be less stressed. There'd be a lot more people out there that are physically fit. There'd be a lot more people looking at the abundance in the world instead of thinking the future is horrible. There's so many things. So what I share with you, it's not going to be some epiphany, but I'm sharing with you what I do. When people often say, David, how did you do it? How did you, build a business with 3 kids? How did you, run a county with the state police? How did you write a book? How did you become a speaker? All of these things while working full time and being a dad and being a husband. How did you do all of these things? How are you doing what you're doing? Well, I'm going to share with you kind of the things that are in my daily agenda and that are super important to me. So number one is exercise. For me, it's non-negotiable. It's 6 days a week. I lift right now. I'm lifting about 5 days a week. I'm running about 5 days a week. Some days I'm lifting and running, so they're doubles. Other days I'm just going for a run. Some days I'm just lifting, but 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, and every now and then a Sunday. Like this past weekend, we moved my older daughter into college, so Saturday was a very long day, leaving early, getting home late, so I couldn't get in a workout, so I did it on Sunday. But exercise for me is a non-negotiable, and here's the thing. You need to be doing it, this is my recommendation, more days than you're not doing it. If there's 7 days in a week and you're only working out 2 days or even 3 days, that means 4 days a week, more days than not, you're not working out. And if you truly want to get results, I think you need to be upwards of 4 or 5 days a week. For me, it is 6 days a week. Why? Because it's not just about the physical results. For me, exercise, it's really about the mental results. It's about how good I feel after exercise and how it carries on throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout how I feel. And it's such a positive impact in my life mentally that the days that I don't do it, I actually feel a difference in how I feel. So exercise, number one. And guys, and don't overcomplicate it, okay? You don't need to go out and work out for 3 hours. I'm telling you right now, if you spend 15 minutes of doing 10 push-ups, then taking a 10-second break and doing another 10 push-ups and taking a 10-second break and another 10 push-ups, you'll be wiped out in like 3 or 4 minutes, right? It's quality over quantity. If you truly could take the time, for me, Beachbody has changed my life because I literally push play. Even for now, I'm doing a heavy weightlifting program. I literally push play. I hear it in my headphones. I was in and out today in the gym in 31 minutes. I won't forget that. Then I came home and I went for a 5-mile run in my neighborhood, and I feel great. So the point is this. Don't overcomplicate exercise. Number 2, reading. Every single day, I am reading a book that's going to help fuel my mind for the better, right? So right now, I'm reading a couple different things. So let me think. So, what am I reading right now? Oh, I'm reading a Rick Warren book, A Purposeful Driven Life. He's a New York Times bestseller. I'm reading about dreams, having your dreams, putting your dreams to the test, having a vision in your life, and dreaming big. So I'm reading that book by Rick Warren, But every single day, at least 10 minutes a day, I'm reading something that's going to help my mind for the better. Or it may be a book that is with business skills. I recently read a book about keynote speaking, but I'm always reading something to help me grow. So for you, maybe it's reading a book in the career or field that you're into, and maybe it's also, I think it's just as important to read a book of personal growth, right? You have to be reading something to grow mentally in your life. Too often, people just let society, and we live life by default, and we let the news and what we consume on social media dictate how we think, how we feel, how we have vision, how we dream or don't have dreams, all those things. So you have to be fueling your mind with something good. So reading is number 2. Number 3, your environment. My environment is very guarded. What I mean by that is, listen, who's in your inner circle? They say the 5 people you spend the most time with, your income is the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about that. Who are the people you spend the most time with in your life? Well, your income is probably the average of those 5 people. Also, if you are around a bunch of whiners and complainers all the time, guess what? You too will become a whiner and complainer. If you are around people that are looking to improve their life for the better, who are always trying to push themselves, whether it's physically in their career, in their business, whatever it is, in their mindset, the way they think, in focusing on being happy, focusing on gratitude, all of the positive things, and guess what? You will be a more grateful person. You will be a more positive person. You are a product of your environment. It's just the way it is. So for me, my environment is small. A lot of it, yes, it's people that I interact with by default because of, friends that we develop through activities that our kids are in. But when it comes to business, or it comes to the books that I read, or the people that I speak to, or the people that I follow, or the mentors that I reach out to ask questions, it's always people that are in a place of where I aspire to be, that I want to grow and learn from. The next is an important habit of mine is my faith. Every single day I'm praying morning and night. I'm thanking God for what I have. I'm praying for things that I'm asking for. I have a couple books for that. I have a book that it's a book It's called, and I'm trying to think of the name so I don't forget it. It is called the Magnificat. Magnificat. It's a book that basically has every day's mass with the readings the entire month for me. Being a Christian, being a Catholic. So every day I like to read what the gospel is for the day. I have my prayer, and that's important to me. Why? Because when you have big dreams, you can't do it by yourself. That's just the way it is. When your dreams are so big or your goals are so big, it's something that I know you can't do alone. And for me, I'm somebody that not only thanks God for everything I have in my family, but I surrender to my faith that things will go in the direction that I hope for, and if not, it's in a path that He has created for me. So that's important to me. That is a habit of mine, and let me tell you, it gives me a sense of peace. I think so often some people have gotten so far away from that, and listen, you can't do it alone. And for me, it's a sense of peace that I'm not in it alone. I have the best teammate of all, and that's my faith in God. The next is gratitude. That's another habit of mine. Every day, finding what I'm grateful for. Finding, today, the couch I was sitting on when I was doing my prayer and meditation and reading, the fresh air that I had, my lab that was next to me at my feet, my wife, my kids, the roof over my head, the food in my refrigerator, the fresh air that I breathe in, the healthy body that I have to go out and exercise, the legs that I have when I went running, the sneakers that I had, the nice sneakers that I had, the AirPods that I had, the income that I have, the events I can speak at, my kids, the college that my daughter goes to, the schools that my kids are in, the teachers that my kids have access to. There's so much to be grateful for. And so often we focus on what we don't have instead of what we do have. And if you practice gratitude every day, it gives a lot of perspective. So I highly recommend that habit. Next is meditation. For me, I meditate every day. And some people think it may be some hokey pokey stuff, but it's not. And it positively impacts my life because taking 5-10 minutes a day, I do it in the morning after prayer to sit and just count my breaths and inhale for 5 seconds and maybe exhale for 5 seconds and do that up to a count of 10. Sometimes I listen to guided meditation where somebody walks me through my breathing. I listen to calm, peaceful music when this is going on, and you learn to control your breathing because you know what it does? It settles and calms you down. So later on during the day when something happens in life and you get worked up and something unexpected happens or you get anxious or you get angry at something, which happens to all of us, I have found that my body subconsciously will remind me, David, slow down your breathing, because when you slow down your breathing, you decrease your pulse, you bring your blood pressure down, and it gives you a sense of calm. If you're somebody that's anxious all the time or you get worked up all the time, meditation will be so good because it counteracts that, because in the moment I literally will stop and say, all right, long inhale and deep exhale, and do that for 3 times, and it settles myself. So meditation for me, and it kind of calms things down. And people used to say, or I would say, my mind is so busy, I can't think straight. I'm always wandering. Yeah, and that happens. The first couple minutes in meditation, the first maybe couple of weeks or months while you do it, your mind, it's always working. Next thing you know, you're thinking about something else. But if you can go back to your breath and focusing on inhaling and exhaling, meditation is a very powerful tool. Next is trying to eat healthy foods 80% of the time. Listen, at the end of the day, food is fuel. That's what it is. Food is fuel, and you are what you eat. So garbage in, garbage out. So I'm all about living your life. When I went on vacation recently, I had the ice cream. I had the beer that I liked. I had the French fries. I had the burger. I had the drinks. I enjoy it. But day to day, 80, 85, 90% of the time, I want to eat whole, healthy foods, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, whole grains. Fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, whole grains. Because when I eat healthy food, I feel better, and it actually affects your mood. There is science behind your gut health. The food that's in there, if it's garbage, it affects your mood. It affects your energy. It affects, the way you feel all day. I mean, everybody is out there flooding themselves with energy drinks and all these chemicals. But you know what? Right now, I just finished reading a book on vacation called Fit for Life. It's amazing, and it talks about the benefits of basically just eating fruit until 12 o'clock. And I've been doing it for a week now, and I feel fantastic. My energy's up. I feel lean. I feel my mindset is better. My mood is better. And even after exercise, I'm just having fruit. And it's amazing. Today, it was fruit juice. Like my daughter and I, in the juicer, we did orange juice. Then we did a couple apples. And then, We did, what else did we do? No, we did apple and orange juice, 2 different types of apples. And it was amazing. So just eating healthy 80% of the time, not only will give you a healthy life because we are what you eat, but it's going to affect your mood in a positive way. And the next thing is drinking water. That's another habit of mine. I am always drinking water. What is my treat during the day? It's club soda, seltzer, if I want to have it. So it's sparkling water. But other than that, it's not diet soda. Diet soda or treats, that's in the other 15, 20% when I'm enjoying myself. But day to day, a lot of water. You have to stay hydrated. And no, coffee doesn't count. Gatorade doesn't count. Sodas don't count. I know there's water in there. No, just regular H2O. So these habits every single day of exercise and reading personal development or listening to personal development and guarding my environment and focusing on my faith and prayer and meditating and eating healthy most of the time and drinking water. And guys, this even goes through what I'm listening to. When I'm in the car, are you listening to music all the time, which is great. I'm a big believer in having music and getting excited. I do that when I'm running, but so often in my runs when I exercise, I have a motivational video on. I have a podcast, another podcast on that fuels my mind for the better. I have app called Headway, which is all books, a book that's broken down into like 10 to 15 minute chunks, like the whole book synopsized. I'm just fueling my mind and listening to good things every single day, right? So back to the list: the faith, the gratitude, the meditation, eating healthy, and drinking water. And then, guys, the last but not least, and super important, is sleep. I used to be able to function on about 6 hours, and there's most times I can do that. Sometimes it may even be a little less. If I'm in a grind and I'm pushing and I'm getting 6 hours, I can make do. But right now, I'm about 7 hours sleep. I go to bed, and this is another thing, my habit. I'm in bed. I'm not up to 11:30 at night because my alarm goes off at 5:30 in the morning to start my morning routine for exercise and some of the things I just listed. And I can't be going to bed at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. And there's people that binge watch TV all night. I'm a huge New York Mets fan. And when they're on the West Coast and I'm on the East Coast, I can't start watching a game at 9:40. I'm usually in bed by 10 o'clock, so that by 5:30, and I'm in bed by 10, that's 7.5 hours sleep. On the weekends, I may sleep a little longer to like 6 a.m. or 6:30. Now I'm pushing 8 hours of sleep, which is plenty. But there's so often people are exhausted all the time because they're going to bed so late. Why? Because you're on your phone or you're watching Netflix for hours. It's not serving you. And when you get good sleep, it impacts your mood. It impacts weight loss. It impacts recovery of your body. It impacts your energy, how you think, your creativity, your innovation. So you got to get good sleep. And guys, on the flip side, things that I limit. These are habits that I limit. Number one is alcohol. I limit that to maybe a beer a week, sometimes 2. But there's times that I don't have a beer for 3-4 weeks. I don't go and some people are like, oh, I need that glass of wine or that beer to unwind every single day. Listen, alcohol at the end of the day, it's poison. I don't need to drink a couple drinks to feel good because you know what? The next day, it affects me. It affects my gut. It affects my energy. It affects all of it. So do I enjoy, when I was away recently, they had a beer. It was a Cape May beer. We were in Cape May, New Jersey, and it was called Orange Crush, and it was delicious. It was very strong. It was 8% alcohol volume. So there was, I get 2 of them at dinner, and I'm like, whoa, super strong. And do I enjoy myself on vacation? Yes, I'm not saying not to do that, but my goodness, for me, it's probably 2 drinks a month, 3 drinks a month, if that. Other than that, it's water. All right, so you have to limit the alcohol. It's not helping you. It's poison. Next is sugar. Sugar. Oh my God, everything has sugar. Ketchup has sugar. Just look on everything you eat. It has sugar. And I'm not talking about the sugar in fruits. That's healthy. That's healthy vitamins and minerals. Fruit, tell me there's nobody right now that could tell me somebody got heavy and overweight by eating too many apples or bananas or oranges. It's different. It's different. It's all the processed foods, the processed stuff, all the high fructose corn syrup, all that garbage. So I limit sugar. I limit alcohol every single day. I limit fast food. Very minimal do I eat fast food. It's normally when my daughter, and we're going into the busy hockey season, and she's at tournaments and hockey games, and I'm traveling to different states, which has become a norm for us. and like I have to get something quick on the go. Yeah, every now and then I may have to eat because I need to eat, but I really limit it. It's just not in my diet. Another thing that I limit is, and especially right now, is politics. Listen, for me, politics is just negativity. Do I have my beliefs and my opinions? Of course. Do I want to stay informed of what's going on in the world? Of course. But I'm not consuming it all day, every day, because all it is propaganda, negativity, hate speech. This person's lying, that person's lying. Let me tell you right now, I have already accepted and have learned through many years that when I grew my Beachbody business, or I moved up through the ranks of the state police, or right now as a speaker, or when I'm writing my book, the next president of the United States is not going to determine whether or not I decide when I sit down here if I'm going to continue to write my One Decision Away book that I'm writing right now. They're not going to determine whether or not I am going to get the next speaking event. I determine that. I take complete ownership of my life. So for me, like getting caught up in the politics, especially now in election year, man, oh man, plug in what you need to do just so you know, so you can stay informed. But other than that, don't consume it. I just don't believe in it. Unless you're somebody that's your career, I just feel like for me, it doesn't serve my mindset, especially as a motivational speaker or somebody that just wants to feel good and happy every single day and enjoy life. Going down that rabbit hole can really get you angry, frustrated, and bring out hate towards people that you may love because of their opinions, because they're so caught up in it. So I recognize it. I have my opinions. I know what's the things and values that I believe in, but I don't spend my time being sucked into it all day. Which I'll piggyback, not only politics, it's the news in general. I limit my time on the news. I check it in the morning when I was a state police and I was a captain and I ran the county. I'd be more in tune to know what's going on in the county. That was important to me. But now it's a matter of, yeah, I will check in with what's going on in the morning. I'll see what's going on in the world at night because that is important to me. But I'm not involved in trying to do it every single day for the same reasons I shared politics. And guys, another thing that I limit, another habit that I don't get caught up on, and I see people that just live for this, is gossip. You know, if people gossiping all the time about other people, you know what? They'll gossip about you. And people that are gossiping, it's not for me. It's not for me. If people want to talk about things to help improve their life, goals, dreams, how to get better, you know, mentors, authors, coaches, speakers, people like that, then let's go. Let's do it. Just gossip isn't for me. You know, you only get a certain amount of energy per day in your brain. Your brain can only make so many decisions per day. There's a certain bandwidth. There's science behind this. And and for me, I want to use my energy wisely. I don't want to be burnt out because I'm wasting time, gossiping, making that part of my daily habits and news, watching the news every day for an hour and a half, getting caught up in politics. These are habits that don't serve me. So I limit those habits. But guys, at the end of the day, and kind of as we wrap up here, your daily habits can foster resilience in your life in tough times. Because for me, when I do get knocked down and I do have tough days, I still will wake up and I say I'm still going to get my exercise in. It's a non-negotiable because I know I'll feel better and I'm better for it. I will still read. I will still pray because that's what pushes me through the tough times. But it's very hard to do when you haven't done it before, and you never do it when the days that you're struggling. So you have to develop a habit for it. And they say, it becomes routine after about 3 weeks. So in the beginning, it's hard. Nothing is easy the first time. Remember that. If you want to start exercising today, it's going to be hard. If you want to do it tomorrow, it's going to be hard. And the next day, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for a couple of weeks until it becomes like brushing your teeth. That's what it's become for me. When it comes to, I want to read every day. Some people are like, I haven't read in so long. If you start reading and try to find 10 minutes, which you do, you have 10 minutes a day. Because I know if you went to your screen time usage right now, if you went to your settings and check your screen time usage on your phone, you're probably going to find hours a day on your phone. You have 10, 15 minutes to do something that serves you. But for me, I do those things every single day because I know they serve me for the better. And then on the tough days, they help me get through the tough times. They foster resilience because I've developed routines that are positive for my life. So guys, that's my message for you today. You either can have habits that help you, or you can have habits that hurt you, or you could be having habits that you don't do that therefore are not helping you. It's like, what habits do you have or lack thereof? Or what habits are you doing that are helping you and not? So I need you right now to be able to self-audit yourself as I close out. I need you to look at from the time you get up to the time you go to bed, think of all the things that you did yesterday, think of all the things that you're doing today, and ask yourself, is this serving me for the better or is it not? And if it's not, start crossing them off your list and start replacing it with something that I mentioned, with something else that's going to serve you for the better. And I can promise you this, if you take even a couple of the things that I said to implement in your life, or you implement more than a couple of things, in 30 days from now, you will be in a different place, the way you think and the way you feel. Because at the end of the day, if you want your next 30 days to not look like the last 30 days, it's not about the circumstances or the outside world changing, it's you. And as I said before, John Maxwell said, success is hidden in your daily agenda. What does that mean? It's found in your habits. They're hurting you or helping you. So guys, that's it. Hope you found value in this message. Let's have a great week, and I will talk to all you guys soon. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Personal Perseverance Project. My goal every single day is to help people live up to their fullest potential. So please share this episode, subscribe to my channel, and maybe even leave a review. Be sure to connect and follow me on all my social media channels. And if you would like more information about me potentially being a keynote speaker at your event, or maybe you want to work with me one-on-one as your private coach, be sure to go to my website at davidatkinsspeaks.com for more information. Thank you.